Hello, Wrestleheads. I'm Chuck Jones.
And I'm Randy Dixon. You gotta do all the goddamn work around here.
Basically, the situation is this. Professional wrestling is heading into the summer, the big summertime show, SummerSlam, which, I mean, they're trying to make it parallel to similar to WrestleMania now. So WWE has all this extra time in between shows. The next show ain't until August the 20th, SummerSlam itself. Lucha Underground came back. We got a lot of news and notes and stuff to get through. Sad news from Japan. And, man, we just get this bitch going. Monday Night Raw. You know what I'm saying? This week. I'm so happy. The last time we met on this show, we were discussing that Fatal 4-Way and what had to happen. Mm-hmm. It's official. It happened. Brock Lesnar was on Raw this past Monday. They had the other three heavy hitters, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman, go at it with each other. It wasn't the main event, though. That's so fucking weird to me. But nonetheless, they headed up, going into the 10 o'clock hour, But it seems like everything is getting set into place on both Raw and SmackDown as far as our match lineups. And I'm going to tell you something, Randy. They're going to need all 4 of these hours. This is going to be a jam-packed card. This is almost an old-school card where you're going to have a double-digit number of matches if they don't fuck up and put some on the pre-show or some shit.
But you know exactly. See, what's going to happen is they're going to put some of the motherfuckers on the pre-show. You already know it. I'm willing to bet probably SmackDown Women's title, be on the pre-show. What else? I would have said normally the SmackDown Tag title, but as a New Day is a part of it, that's gonna save that.
The New Day and the Usos got a fantastic rivalry going.
Yeah, they've been tearing it down.
Yeah. For
some fucking reason. I guess it's like one of them times where you got motherfuckers that got really good chemistry, and then who else? Let me see. Probably the Cruiserweight. The Cruiserweight's always.
No, you know what? They're gonna have a tag team match from Raw going to pre-show, because I think the Revival versus the Hardys, they're gonna put that on the pre-show.
I don't know if it's a triple threat.
Because there's no belt.
Because you got to think about it. If it's the Revival versus the Hardys versus the Gallows and Anderson, I'm sorry, you can't put that on the pre-show. The Hardys alone, they shouldn't be on the pre-show. The Revival, as them pushing the Revival, you can't really put them on the pre-show. And then you add Gallows and Anderson to it. See, if it was me, you make it a #1 contenders match. Winner after SummerSlam gets the fucking be the #1 contender.
It should be a #1 contenders match. But, the way WWE just kind of snuck in there and just threw Rollins and Ambrose back together, and all of a sudden they're the #1 contenders now, that shit happened fast.
It's like they shoving them motherfuckers down your throat, and they expect you to like it. Kind of like from a Walking Dead term. We might watch The Walking Dead. You got Negan, who's a big bad villain right now, was talking shit to Rick. He said, hey, you just let me shove my dick down your throat. And you said thank you afterwards. And it's like, that's what they doing with that Rollins. To me personally,
it just happened so fast.
I think them two, it's too early. They already hit the Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, they never fell out, so nobody cared. But I think they did it too early, and then you hear from behind the scenes that they fucked up because they wasn't supposed to hug. That's supposed to be the big payoff like a SummerSlam where, they hug and they cool, like, okay, we doing the shield bump and all that shit. So I guess they're going to say that for SummerSlam when they win the title belts. Which I said on the past show, most likely they're going to lose because Sheamus got a fucking movie to film. And I can't blame him. Sheamus knocking 40. It's like, you got to start thinking about that next career. Like,
yeah. Because,
I mean, shit, everybody don't get smart like Wade Barrett. Like, you see the forest between the trees and start like, hey, fuck it. I'm going to start doing my movie career now. And, I can start doing shit here and there. I'm like, shit, you use wrestling for what you can. You do your best in it. And then, hey, you think about that next part. It's like what Cena doing.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, Sheamus already a Hall of Famer.
Oh, shit. So, first naturally Irish-born champion, which should have been Finn Philly. But nonetheless, Sheamus got all them fucking belts. He got all that shit. He need to get an Intercontinental title. I think that's last on the list. But, yeah, Sheamus, as much as I ain't liked him over the years for him non-selling fucking people, but the facts are the facts and the stats are the stats. You can't take that away from him. Like, that dude is going to the Hall of Fame. Now, his partner, Cesaro, that's another fucking subject.
Yeah, he's going to have to get going, man.
Big disappointment.
I don't know if it's just going to pass him by.
There's no excuse.
Or whatnot.
See, And you know, we had this argument about that motherfucker over the years. Well, us in the Voxer fucking shit. And you sat there and said, oh, Cesaro was great. But I'm like, you look at people who ain't talk and they made their way. I'm like, you look at somebody like Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was green as fuck. And you look what the fuck he doing. You got Baron Corbin. Green as fuck. Come from somewhere else. And you look what the fuck he doing. It's some green motherfuckers in there. And I'm like, it's no excuse. Cesaro, you got the ring shit down. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm like, you've been in America way too long. That shit. That's probably my son. Anyway. You've been in America all this time, and you should fucking be better than
he's still failing to articulate himself.
He don't know how to articulate.
And I mean, that was probably the best thing that happened for him was him going with Sheamus. At least he gets another belt. You know, they get another couple of belts or whatnot. But, you know, getting back to your Fit Finlay comment, I just think Fit Finlay kind of missed his window just because when he got to WWE, he was already up in age and stuff. Because no doubt, if it was the 90s, when he was David Fit Finlay,
or when he was in WCW, the Belfast Bruiser.
Man, that motherfucker was good. Man.
No, shit. And this is why I used to watch WCW. The wars between him and fucking Steve Regal.
They had great wars.
Man, I'm like, people don't even realize, like, those were some great fucking matches. I used to sit back and watch. And I wasn't a WCW fan, but I was a wrestling fan, so I watched it if it was on. And you see them two dudes, like, whoa. Because I was a Steve Regal fan already. And then when I got to see him, and I think my first match was, I'm trying to think, it was Regal and Finlay. I think it was a pay-per-view. And I don't know. I was just stuck, like, wow, like, I never fucking seen nobody, like, took it to Regal like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, he took it to fucking Steve Regal. So,
and I'm going to tell you something, Regal's a big dude. I remember when they came out here to San Bernardino, I attended a WCW Saturday night back in the day where the main event was Steve Regal versus the late Eddie Guerrero. I didn't realize how big Regal was in person.
Yeah.
That dude's tall, dude.
Yeah.
He's bigger than I thought. You know, but not to get too sidetracked. So this whole Monday Night Raw thing, okay, we now know, okay, that you're gonna have Seth Rollins and Ambrose. They're gonna challenge the tag team champions Cesaro and Sheamus. We already know that Bayley's the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship.
Let me put a caveat. Bayley's shoulder is really fucked up.
So they may have to.
They talking about pulling the switcheroo, where they might have to have Sasha take her spot.
Hey,
so
it makes for a good match. It keeps Bayley over, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she should have got the. To me, it makes no sense. Alexa came, saw, and conquered her ass. Why in the hell?
Hometown.
Yeah. Why the hell is she going? That didn't make any sense anyway.
I thought honestly the Sasha Banks shit, I thought that was done too. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, okay, you got all these. It's like they're trying to block Nia Jax
By
like,
having her accompany her.
Yeah, like we know they best friends in real life.
Right, we know they're good friends in real life. I saw them on Instagram eating breakfast the other day.
Yeah, so they best friend, and it's like every time, it's like where it's always fucking they getting blocked, you know, instead of letting her go for it, and it's like you sit there and think like
they're gonna have to give Nia Jax that belt eventually. I don't know what they're waiting for as far as the turn.
Then I'm like, okay, you got Emma. I'm like, that would have been perfect. You have somebody brand new. Hey, sometimes you gotta pull a heel versus heel. You know, get the stuff over. Cause I'm like Emma. You look at her. That is like one person who turned herself like a 590. If that's right, 590.
540.
540. There you go. 540.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, she didn't turn to 540. Hell, everybody remember her doing this stupid shit and robbing Walmarts and shit. And it's like now, she's a goddamn sex goddess.
But she's weird too though, because like they kind of gave her the fucking Eva Marie treatment where I'm coming out and then I was going again and then I'm coming back out again and now I'm changing my name again.
No, I guess they felt like she couldn't sell the fucking shit. That whole Emma Lynn, it was stupid for them to change it anyway. She was over.
She didn't have an opportunity to fucking do anything with that. It was like 1 week here, 1 week gone.
Hey, that's what they did.
You know, and I didn't like that. You know, but nonetheless, so okay, with you saying that, technically it's still Bayley, but Bayley could be fucked up. Maybe they'll cripple her off this Monday coming up, and then slide Sasha back in the driver's seat. I don't know, but aside all that, you now have this new storyline with Jason Jordan, who is now Kurt Angle's son, and looks like he's going to challenge The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship.
No, there's a knock on the stop on that.
Are we walking with Elias in this match?
Let's just face the shit. They had an idea to put Jason Jordan as Kurt Angle's biological son. You know, people get mad at me when I say shit. It's flopped. It's a flop. I'm sorry. Jordan.
I don't like it either.
Jordan has all the wrestling skills. It's just like how it was when he was down there in NXT back in the day. Gable was the personality and the wrestling skill. Jordan was just a wrestling skill. And see, like, Jordan got the Cesaro problem. Don't know how to articulate themselves. Especially, you think about it, you get a plum spot. Like being Kurt Angle's son. That is a plum spot.
My thing with Jason Jordan is I can't take the motherfucker seriously.
Why?
He got, like, The Miz was outright insulting him, just telling him, like, hey, bro, it's all yours. Laying it down thick. Laying it down thick. Your time to be a badass. And he's all, you know, if you keep talking about Kurt like that, it's going to be a problem. And I'm like, what the f... Talking like that, motherfucker, ain't nobody scared. Now, we know you can get up and do whatever you got to do, but you know what I noticed about these wrestlers today? They don't take time to understand that if this is calling for you to speak in an intimidating tone, then you have to do it. You're not yourself out there right now. You're not Kurt Angle's son, fool. But if you're playing the role, you need to fix your voice and be a little bit more intimidating.
He needs to think about it like somebody was talking about his real goddamn daddy.
Because I didn't see really no real anger. Like, it was so manufactured.
But see, you gotta realize that, Chuck. A lot of that shit is with character development.
Yeah.
Where you can sit there and develop a character. See, it seemed like somebody just sat back and said, fuck it. I look on Facebook like, hey, well, they was talking about this shit like 5-6 years ago. Like, oh, Kurt Angle could be with Sharmell and they make Jason Jordan. So let's do it. Fuck it. Roll the dice. Let's see what'll go.
I think it would have made more sense if they made Chad Gable be his son. Because Chad Gable wrestles more like Angle anyway.
Okay, everybody in fucking America agree with that. And then you don't have the whole biracial thing, and then they pulling up old tapes that Kurt said he don't like blacks, but then we know he was digging out Raka Khan and fucking
stalking her.
Yeah, and then she said there was no settlement, but I'm sorry for somebody to drop a case and just disappear. I think Kurt Angle gave her some of that fucking Pittsburgh money.
And speaking of Raka Khan, Awesome Kong had a lot to say about her too. In that shoot interview I saw on the goddamn YouTube.
Shit, speak on it.
She was dogging her, bro. Called her whole everything.
What, you want to talk about that later?
Well, I mean, you know, I was just skimming through it. I really had no place in our show, but since you brought her name up,
okay,
you know,
tell the goddamn story, shit.
Well, no, I was watching that shoot show. I forgot what the guy's name is, but he had some really good wrestlers on there with some really good information, like just speaking.
Okay, what she said
from him. She was calling her a hoe. It was one of those sessions where you say, is she a hoe or no? And it was like, yeah, she's a hoe.
Who she banged?
Well,
other than Angle.
She didn't drop no names, but she just
okay, then that sucked.
Well, yeah.
I want goddamn names. Like shit, we gotta be corrupt around this bitch.
Well, I mean, you gotta be careful with that if you don't know. Like, if I don't know, I'm not gonna speak on it. You know, but that's just something I happen to see on YouTube. But you know, the thing is with Jason Jordan, he don't need to be up there with the Miz right now. Like, that's a big spot, dude. That is a huge opportunity and a huge spot at the Intercontinental Championship. You know, and then as you have the Miz doing this great work as his heel, trying to revive the careers of Bo Dallas and Kurt Axel at the same time and making everyone a legit crew here, this thing with Jason Jordan should be a one and done. The Miz should squash him at SummerSlam, and it should be done. It should be over.
I don't even think it's going to make it that far.
They're going to have them wrestle because there's no one else challenging the Miz right now.
You can flip it. But here, let me help you out. Let's go through the SummerSlam card. I'll give you SmackDown or Raw. We got Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles for the U.S. title. Shane O'Mac, the referee.
Yeah, that was named on Tuesday.
You got Rusev versus Randy Orton. You know what's gonna happen. I'm sorry, Randy Orton, take the fucking job. I'm tired of these old fucks sitting there and getting big wins. Like, what is the fucking purpose? Like,
I don't know, Randy, because if he just dropped 3 straight to Mahal, I don't know if he gonna lay down for
Rusev. He's a 13-time champion. Like, you ain't got to do shit else. Like,
I understand.
you in the Hall of Fame. Like, your shit, that's it.
You
should be here for enhancement. It's just like the same thing with Cena. Like, kudos to Cena for jobbing to Nakamura, but I'm like, him beating, it made no sense him beating Rusev on Rusev's comeback, and I'm like, you're John Cena. That's where Cena should have sat there and said, like, we already did this dude dirty, like from WrestleMania and after that shit, and then he come back, he do his job, and I mean, you probably talk about during the SmackDown, Rusev wrestled a hell of a match against your boy Chad Gable.
Man, that was a match of the
week. And then shit, I don't know, I might have to test about Lucha Underground, but the whole fucking thing is, you sit there and think about it. Rusev, I've been saying it years on this fucking show, that motherfucker's a hog. Like, that dude, he's everything that Cesaro's not. Cesaro, he can wrestle and do other little things. Rusev can do the same thing. But the difference is, Rusev with an accent. That's the thing. With an accent.
He never let his accent stand in his way.
Exactly. With an accent. And realize this. Cesaro has been in the United States way longer than Rusev. You gotta remember, Cesaro been wrestling Ring of Honor. He been in the WWE almost 8 years. So let alone all that time he's over in Ring of Honor and all them independent shit, it's no excuse.
Yeah.
It's no excuse. And a motherfucker like Rusev not getting opportunities, I'm like, you have a ready-made champion. We said this shit when he came out in that Royal Rumble years ago. It was a Del Rio.
I think it was the Royal Rumble, the Del Rio one, the 40-man.
That motherfucker came out early and lasted as long as he did.
He splashed that day.
Like, you like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, we was all like, who the fuck is, and then during the match, like, holy shit, who the fuck is he?
Yep.
Like, you wanted to see more.
That dude was good.
For what's right, Orton got a job.
Like I said, I agree with everything you're saying. I just don't see it happening, seeing as how Orton just dropped 3 straight to Mahal.
I don't give a fuck.
You know?
Because I think Mahal's time,
he's not getting. I don't think he's making out of SummerSlam with that. If he gets past Nakamura, it's gonna be because, well, you know what? Before we even go there, let's finish skimming through the shows because I have a real theory on that.
Okay, and then you got Natalya versus Naomi, which is just right. I got no problem with Naomi jobbing to Natalya. It's time. It's time.
I think they're gonna have a trilogy. So if Natalya wins it at SummerSlam, then they'll go again the following month, and then again they're gonna work for a little while.
It's really time, and then eventually you can have Carmella take it off her.
Yeah.
With the briefcase. Then you got Raw. Of course, we got the Fatal 4-Way, which
that's gonna end the night.
Which I'm thinking Joe's gonna win. You got Paul Heyman pulling for Joe.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got Paul Heyman sitting there like, hey, it should be on Joe.
That's a big one.
Most likely, you got Roman Reigns next to Paul Heyman like, hey, put it on Joe. And Braun Strowman probably sitting there like, fuck, why ain't nobody standing for me? Braun, don't trip. Your time is coming, and I think it's gonna be real fucking soon. Like next year or something.
You never know. I got a feeling that I don't know, man, because
I think it'll be Joe.
They're talking about shaking it up again after SummerSlam. If they shake it up again and Strowman goes to SmackDown, he probably gonna win the belt as soon as he get his ass over there. It's a strong possibility.
I don't know if they're gonna take him off of Raw.
To bring Cena back to Raw, you're gonna have to send somebody that way. It sure as hell ain't gonna be Roman Reigns.
Send the fucking.
I doubt if it'll be Samoa Joe. It's gonna be Strowman.
No, they probably send that tag team. I'm thinking they're gonna send Gallows and Anderson.
Which they should have a backup AJ.
I think that's good.
That would make more sense, seeing as how they really don't have much going on right now.
And then, what I like about that shit too, where they talking about sending motherfuckers to NXT, and it's like that's what they should have did in the first place.
Oh, send the wrestlers back down.
Yeah, because like they talking about sending Enzo. To me, Enzo's too valuable for them. NXT, you look at NXT, all bullshit aside, NXT's fucking lock, cock, and ready to rock. They're packed down there.
Yeah.
Like, you got motherfuckers that, it's hard for them to get time. You got Aleister Black, who's really fucking good.
Yeah.
But he's behind. You got Drew McIntyre finna hit that goddamn DDT and take it from Bobby Roode. Then it's gonna be time for Bobby Roode to fucking come up. And then you see they constantly hiring people. Leo Rush coming. Eventually, Ricochet's fucking coming. I'm like, you got fucking Roderick Strong down there. Now you got the fucking Red Dragon down there now too. And it's like, they got all these motherfuckers coming in there. It's going to run out of fucking space. To me, Enzo's a SmackDown nigga. You send him to SmackDown. You let him do the shtick. He put the asses in the seats.
What you do is, you have him go to SmackDown and start managing someone. Start putting him in that manager role.
It's too early for that.
He can't make it as a wrestler.
Yeah, you can. When you over, Chuck, you over. You know this shit. We didn't seen bum ass motherfuckers, and we gonna get more into the whole Enzo situation. But I just wanted to wrap this shit up real quick. You see somebody that's over like him, and he's really over, like he should be world champion over.
He's a great talker, but I can't see him beating nobody. Like, he gets his ass kicked
It
every
don't
time
matter.
he goes out there, and it's not even believable when he does beat someone. I haven't never seen him beat anyone.
He could be the modern day Barry Horowitz.
Oh man, pat
Shit.
yourself on the back.
Yeah, that's what I said. But he's so over. He's so merged. To me, it's not making money sending him to NXT.
Let me ask you a question.
Well,
How would you feel? Right.
how I feel.
This shit might be crazy. It might be rough.
Go off the wall.
What if Enzo fucking goes out there and accompanies Rusev? That pushes Rusev up and over the championship. Even though Rusev can talk himself, can you imagine Enzo having someone like that to ping pong off of? The crowd would be super duper over.
If I was gonna put some, see, Rusev is locked, cocked, and ready to rock. He don't need nobody.
But by himself,
But
he's still not getting anywhere.
But if I was gonna put him on somebody that needs help, somebody I see who got holes in their game, it'd be Baron Corbin.
Have them talk for Corbin?
Yeah, they together.
They're weird, but they probably would match together.
Yeah, they would talk. You have him be the heel for Baron Corbin, and motherfucking Corbin, they sit there and agree and all that shit. See, and that whole fucking thing is a tricky thing.
But it's tough though, because you can't really put him with Corbin, because Corbin's stick is he's the lone wolf.
Yeah, he get that title, then the narrative changes. See, that's the thing about it.
Yeah.
He gets the world championship, that shit changes because you're not just a lone wolf no more. You're the man. You're on top of the fucking mountain.
And with that being said, okay, just to briefly hit SmackDown real quick as we're going through the card, because there's a lot of SmackDown notes too.
Yeah.
Number one is everyone was concerned about Cena falling straight on his head against Nakamura, and then there was even some talk on the internet saying that they may have changed the outcome in the middle of the match because of that. Let me just sit here and defeat all that right now. That's not true, folks. Okay? What happened was, it looked like, because Nakamura did not mean to put the biggest guy in the industry on his head. Okay? You got to stop there. It looked like it was a move where Cena was supposed to take a face bump. He was supposed to do a full backflip and land on his face and then get right up and catch that kick. The kielbasa.
Kinshasa? Well, I call it kielbasa.
Yeah. But you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I did it that.
It's a knee.
So it's like kind of like a shining wizard now.
With much more deadly velocity.
Yeah.
Because shit. Remember he separated Joe's jaw.
Yeah, I think that that was actually the official outcome. But Nakamura was supposed to win the match, so he's the #1 contender. Then you have.
Which you talk about John Cena. They had Baron Corbin attack John Cena, and now it's gonna be Corbin versus Cena.
Right, and that's a great matchup right there.
And see, and this is another one where, I'm sorry, Cena got to get like 2 in a days, like.
Yeah. But then again,
it's time.
But then again, I have to play that WrestleMania card on you.
What WrestleMania card?
The WrestleMania card where Orton defeated Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins came back out and stole the night. It could very easily happen here at SummerSlam. Cena could beat his ass at the beginning of the night, and when Nakamura wins that belt, he won't have it more than 30 seconds before he gets cashed in. And Baron Corbin standing tall at the end of SummerSlam. You know what I mean?
That's a possibility.
It's a crazy thing. But like we always tell you guys, it's the placement of the match. If they're at the beginning, it's a strong possibility. But if they're later in the card, then it won't happen. But even with that being said, Chris Jericho came back. They had a good #1 contenders match. Kevin Owens is the man. He's going to be going up against AJ.
Well, they had Jericho because they didn't want to fuck up Owens, or basically they wanted to put the belt back onto AJ Styles.
Right, but see, the thing with that is they have both been having weird endings to their matches where it just didn't make sense. Like this last one that AJ put over, it was clear that Owen's shoulder was up, so that's where you get shamed.
Yeah.
They nailed that into the ground. And I'm sorry, Randy, but I gotta agree with you. It's time for Daniel Bryan to go. You know, it's just they had that.
Whoa!
No, I'm gonna tell you why. He can't do shit. He can't fight nobody. He can't even referee this match. He can't do anything. So I don't want to see him yelling at Kevin Owens in the back like, what you gonna do? You can't do shit. You know what I mean? Because Kevin Owens was pissed. He played that shit from the ring all the way to the back, tearing shit up, knocking people over. And then he gets to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's all, duh. I'm thinking, but you can't do nothing. If JBL, if a big fucking bruiser like JBL can now play that role like, let me get away from this dude, and we know that he'll whoop everybody's ass, why can't Daniel Bryan do it? Why is he, you can't be up in somebody's face. Somebody like Kevin Owens, it would have made sense if Kevin Owens just went on and powerbombed you back there and fucked you up, but he can't because you might die. You know? So for that reason and that reason alone, I think it is time to take Daniel Bryan out of that role because it makes no sense. You can't stand up to people and everybody know that they're not going to touch you because real life, you can't fucking go nowhere. You can't do nothing. You know?
And you know what? Not to sidetrack with the Daniel Bryan, I am so tired of him talking about wait till my contract's up. Because you remember when him and the Miz was going, wait till my contract's up. So you're going to go try to go back and wrestle when your contract's up.
I don't think you can, man.
The only people probably stupid enough to hire him is TNA.
Even them.
And I think shit, they probably won't even get insured for that goddamn shit. Like,
no.
Dude, you have concussions really, really, really bad. Like, worse than Steve Young. And Steve Young knew it was over when he started forgetting his goddamn kid's name. Like, you just had a daughter. Deal with it. You had a good career. You're going to the Hall of Fame. You got this little shit. You got it. Motherfuckers gonna forever like you. Hey, you won. You won in life. Take that shit.
It's got to be tough, man. I understand, but
you got
it's just not. It's just not believable that he can jump up in people's face and yell at them, knowing that you can't get touched.
I didn't believe shit with Ellsworth when he got the Ellsworth. But the best shit Ellsworth said, like, yeah, he said, yeah, you get up in my face like you can do something, but we all know you can't.
That's fucked up. Because you know, even though that was like storyline, that shit really hurt. It had to really hurt. But yeah, I didn't like that because like Kevin Owens is fucking mastering this shit.
Then you got somebody like Daniel Bryan.
He's selling the anger.
See,
and
at least with Shane McMahon, Shane McMahon can go.
And it's gonna probably end up going that way too.
Yeah, eventually.
Because I think that what's gonna happen is
Survivor Series.
Yeah, because if Shane goes and puts this match in favor of AJ, him and Owens are gonna go at Survivor Series.
They'll go lay out Survivor Series right there, where everybody thought it was gonna happen in SummerSlam. They just pushed it to Survivor Series. Yeah. So even with that being said, okay, another footnote from SmackDown. You get your Natalya versus Naomi lined up. That's lined up. That's good to go. Carmella hanging in the back with the briefcase.
Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna cash at SummerSlam. Actually, I think her cash in might be probably early next year. I think.
So you think she's gonna hold on to it all that time?
No, I don't think that. Yeah, I think she's gonna hold the briefcase. Yes, I thought you meant the title. No, she's gonna be one of them that win the belt and get her ass kicked at the following pay-per-view and lose it. But
thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those for her just because look, we're not really watching her work that well. Like this is another person where you got this briefcase, you now instantly have the spotlight. You're gonna have to do a little bit more than what you're doing to get yourself over. Ellsworth can only take you so far. You got to get in there.
And they've been having him gone for a month.
Yeah. So with that being said, and you have all these things going on. One more thing, just to go back to Raw for a second. They ended the show with Big Cass versus the Big Show, and I really don't understand why the fuck that was at the end of the night when you had that big triple threat match with the three biggest wrestlers in the business right now.
They knew that.
Mid card, I didn't like it, but I felt
and that was a really good match.
Yeah, I felt remiss if I didn't speak on it. So,
but just like we was talking off camera, and I'll tell you right now, it's because the whole shit between Enzo and Cass and some of their highest rated shit. So they wanted to translate that to the latter part of the hour.
Yeah.
And see, this is what I keep saying. That shit gonna save Enzo's ass. That's why Enzo's gonna have a job. People tune in to watch him. They wouldn't. You can bet your sweet ass they wasn't tuning in to watch Big Cass. Cause I'm sorry, that motherfucker been a big disappointment.
He's dying a slow death.
Like, I'm sorry. It's no excuse. We done went over this before. I say it one more time. That spot that Braun Strowman had, or has, that was Big Cass's spot. He got first crack.
And he couldn't hold on to it.
He got first crack before Baron Corbin got his shot. He got first crack before Braun Strowman. And he dropped the ball. When Cass got there, you remember we was watching that pay-per-view when goddamn Enzo took that bad fucking concussion going to the fucking ropes and they had to carry his ass out. They was like, oh, fuck it. Hey, let's push Big Cass right now. Which he performed decently in that goddamn fatal 4-way match. And then it seemed like after that, it's like he got lost. And see, he sat back instead of improving himself. You look at Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman kept adding shit to his repertoire, improving.
Better and better and better.
He started showing like, holy shit. For he like 6'9", 6'8". Like, that dude gets up doing kip ups and all types of shit.
Man.
And you like, what the fuck is this motherfucker? And it's like, every time he fucking sat there and improved. And you seen that with Baron Corbin over there on SmackDown. And it's like, you come back to Big Cass, he do the big shit. That's why I keep calling him. He's a modern day Kevin Nash. Lazy. I'm like, shit, won't you do a jackknife? You know, you keep doing that Empire elbow. Nobody cares. You do a big boot. Typical shit. Do a jackknife. Go to change the whole fucking thing. Get the long pants. You know, be Kevin Nash Jr. You know, because his damn sure his goddamn bum ass son couldn't do it.
God.
I'm just being honest.
Well, I mean, with that being said, folks, you know, that's where WWE is at right now. You know, the matches are going to keep coming out and being finalized for the biggest party of the summer in Brooklyn instead of LA, which is fucking stupid. But, you know, no, I'll never let that shit go. Brooklyn don't deserve SummerSlam. We out here in Southern California. The shit should be out here,
Ain't
man.
that this the second or third year it's been there?
This is the third year up there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the third year. Yeah, because they didn't have three. Yeah, that's correct. This is
The only thing I
because the NXT. This is the. Oh yeah. On a side note, the NXT. My God, that's gonna be a great fucking pay-per-view.
NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
Part 3. I'm sorry, Asuka. She's going down. She's going against Ember Moon again. Ember Moon already hit her with that goddamn fucking super stunner or the total eclipse or eclipse, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
So I think Asuka's going down. I think Bobby Roode's going down to Drew McIntyre because they even talking about bringing back the Broken Dreams theme song. That's what the fuck you do. One of the best themes, underrated theme songs of all time.
I actually liked that. I liked that song.
Yeah, it was hard. That's when he was the motherfucking chosen one, and he's back to being the chosen one.
He had a great intro.
Then they doing the fucking tag team match, Sanity versus the Authors of Pain. That's gonna be hard hitting as fuck. And people sleeping on that motherfucking big motherfucking Killian Dane from that big dude can fucking move. So you check that shit out, and then who you got? It's gonna be fucking Aleister Black versus god damn it, shit.
Kenta?
Yeah, I was gonna say Kenta.
Hideo Itami?
Yeah, I was trying to think of Hideo Itami. Like, that's intriguing as fuck right there.
They probably gonna do a lot.
And I'm sorry, Hideo Itami, thanks for coming. Aleister Black is the shit right now. I'm sorry, you too injury prone, son. You didn't have your opportunity. People done passed him by. You think about it, look how long you been down there in NXT.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of that have been injury.
A lot of it was injury.
And I'm like, he lost a lot of stuff. Aleister Black is like one of the top things, aka Tommy Yen, is like one of the top shits right now. It's like
he's different, but he works.
That shit, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be like the little fucking, you know, the little taster, the little sample before SummerSlam. They're gonna go out there. Trust me, they're gonna show up and show out because they know SummerSlam is gonna be that next night there, and they're gonna sit there and say like, okay, we got you, let's go. Yeah. And then you're gonna have that shit. Then so let me roll to Lucha Underground. I seen Lucha Underground, didn't care less to it. It was two things that caught my eye. Motherfucking Ricochet, aka Prince Puma, versus Dante Fox. Jesus fucking Christ. If you seen that shit was like match of the fucking year. Like, that Ricochet, I've been saying it for years on here, that dude is so fucking skilled. Like, he has his own moveset for Prince Puma. He has his own moveset for Ricochet. It's like, that dude is so fucking highly skilled. I mean, we know he pretty much almost Tully Blanchard's son-in-law because he's been with his daughter for some years. But that cat, when he gets free, and eventually he's gonna get free, and you know Trips is gonna fucking sign that dude. You got to, because he can run NXT. Like, if I was the game, I would put the NXT around him. Like, I would tell him, like, you know what, I want to make you my centerpiece of NXT. Kind of like how they did kind of Bobby Roode, but longer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that shit was cool. And then at the end of the night, you have fucking Rey Mysterio, him and John Morrison, aka Johnny Mundo, been having this feud. And then they had Rey Mysterio's family, his wife, who looked old as fuck for some reason. And then you had his son who's training to become a wrestler, Dominic. Maybe Dominic Guerrero, I don't know. But nonetheless, you remember that fucking storyline. And then his daughter. And, you know, Rey Mysterio was around, he wasn't around. And Morrison like, yeah, your dad. Fuck your dad.
No way.
It's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with cable nowadays. You can say fuck and all this shit. Like, bitch, I think he...
No, they didn't bleep it?
No! It's like, he said, fuck your dad.
Wow.
And you can tell he's finna say, the son was finna say, no, fuck you. But he called himself like, oh God, maybe I can't say that. But he called himself, and that motherfucker, they start getting into it, and eventually Mundo gets the belt and nailed the little Dominic. He was down on the ground, and Rey Mysterio ran out here, then Mundo and his crew fucking head out of there, and then it's setting them up for Mundo versus Rey Mysterio, because Mundo's the Lucha Underground champion right now.
Right.
He had a couple of other fucking champions right now. So that was great fucking TV, and ended, Lucha Underground ended with that shit, which was pretty goddamn good.
Which, I mean, if there's any indication, the problem with Lucha Underground is that they filmed the whole season already, right?
Yeah.
So we know that Rey Mysterio's in contract talks.
It was the WWE, but the WWE said no because Conan is a part of that shit, and they cannot stand Conan.
They don't want nothing to do with Conan.
I think because he was Max Moon back in the days, and there's been problems since way back then.
I don't know.
You remember they had a fucking jobber who was named Max Moon back in the 90s? That was Conan. And there's been problems ever fucking since then. And when they realized Conan was like his manager or whatever, fuck, it's like, we're good. Go ahead and talk to Golden Force.
It's not just that though, Randy. WWE's gotten everything they could possibly get out of Rey Mysterio, man.
No.
He's injury prone. You know, he can't do the full trip anymore.
That don't matter. He sells product.
True.
That's where it comes back to all the time. Why do you think Rey Mysterio put that goddamn mask back on? You all remember when he was in WCW?
After Kevin Nash fucking made him take it off.
Yeah.
What a fucking son of a bitch.
I know that's your favorite wrestler. You know, Kevin Nash talk about like he was one of the best.
That son of a bitch. All he wanted to do was wrestle Rey Mysterio.
Fun fact, Kevin Nash is the lowest grossing WWE champion of all time. But you hear from Kevin Nash, you would never know that.
Well, I don't know.
Because he don't talk about that.
I didn't like the way he did Ray with that shit. You know how important
They did a lot of motherfuckers like that.
They did a lot of guys like that. Psychosis, Juventud. These guys had to take they had to fucking take their masks off. Like that was their whole fucking identity. But I don't want to get too far into that. I'm gonna just go ahead and shoot you what I got from TNA.
Go ahead.
Since you spoke about Conan, right? Conan seems to be doing okay in TNA. I mean, they're LAX. They're the monster heel fucking group over there. They got the tag team championship. At one time, it looked like they were gonna have Alberto Del Rio join them or Patron join them, but apparently he didn't. He stayed with his family and stuff. On Impact, they played the storyline where one of Alberto's people was gonna turn on him and join LAX. That didn't happen. Low key joined LAX. Wow. That was a surprise at the end of the night.
Wow.
And then
that's gonna put a lot of butts in the seats.
well, I mean, you know, I'm happy for him on one hand that he's still relevant. I mean, people don't even remember this, but Low Key actually won the second fucking Tough Enough, but they just didn't do shit with him, and he went on his merry way.
He was Cabal.
Yeah, you know, he went on his merry way because they didn't do him right.
No, it wasn't Tough Enough. It was NXT.
Was it the second NXT or the second Tough Enough? I can't remember.
Tough Enough was like nobody's. He was already wrestling. He was already a known wrestler.
Right.
That was the NXT.
Okay. So with that, you know, he's the new member of fucking LAX. We thought that one of the Dos Caras was going to turn, which would have been more interesting. But they didn't go that way. So as it looks, Del Rio's still the champ. He's holding the Global Force and the TNA because they haven't combined them yet. What's his name? Bruce Pritchard looks like Brodus Clay or, I don't know, Tyrus. Tyrus is watching Bruce Pritchard's back over there in TNA now.
He rocking a goatee nowadays?
Yeah, he's got facial hair now. But, you know, so Tyrus watches his back now. Fucking Moose lost. I call that nigga Jermaine O'Neal. He lost that Grand Prix championship to motherfucking
EC3.
EC motherfucking 3. And so, I don't know, they're going to probably have a rematch or whatnot or whatever.
And I'll say this again, that is the stupidest fucking title out.
That Grand Prix belt, it's weird, bro, how they
because it was MMA rules, like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Go ahead. You need to say this. What's the name of the game?
Professional wrestling.
I didn't know it was shoot fighting or
but
point system.
Nonetheless, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I can guarantee you right now, Ethan Carter III is going to make that fucking belt relevant. I'll tell you that shit right now. That son of a bitch, he can sell water to a whale. Why WWE passed on him, it had to be the juice, right?
He was on NXT also.
Yeah, he was Derek Bateman. Mm-hmm. He had that fucking curly hair like fucking Kerry fucking Von Erich at the time. But I'm just saying, that motherfucker's been brilliant in TNA.
I think that was the best thing to happen to him. He needed that.
He's been brilliant in TNA, man.
Yeah.
Like he's really been
but
good.
See, you know where TNA dropped the boat, and I say it again, the goddamn gravy train.
Eli Drake.
Yeah, that dude was over, and they just like fuck him. Like,
yeah, why that dude didn't get the belt, I can't imagine. He's got Chris Masters running with him now. Chris Masters is running with him. He's running with Eli Drake now. They're a squad. What's his name? Eddie Edwards is a main event wrestler now because Davey Richards quit to become a doctor.
Plus Eddie Edwards won the belt back in the day.
Yeah.
He was TNA champion.
So, but the big match was Seidel versus Lashley, and my cable cut off. I didn't even see it. But
was it raining then?
I think it was a rainy day out here.
No.
But nonetheless, he was in a main event spot with Bobby Lashley. That's good for him because he was never going to get that far anywhere else. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. Lashley, leave.
Well, Lashley did put that filler out there on the internet.
Yeah, I put it up in last
you know, I think him and Lesnar need to go for it, man. I think they need to go ahead and get it done.
That would be so much money.
Yeah, I think they ought to go for it.
WrestleMania, you have to put it at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't want it. MMA rules, you have a wrestling match. You can call it no holds barred or whatever the fuck nice little fucking jingle title you wanna, and you have these motherfuckers go.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too. They have this international cruiserweight tournament thing going over in TNA right now. I wish I knew the name of the wrestlers. Like, I really wish I paid more attention.
Yeah, I know ACH is over there.
But yeah, ACH is one of the final three. The brother with that really nice hairline, I don't know his name, but he did very well.
Yeah, I forgot his fucking name.
He defeated the dude from Japan.
I think
or the dude from Mexico.
He got like a Canadian name. But yeah, he's pretty good too.
They're good. And then their X division, Sanjay Dutt. Now this is weird. Sanjay Dutt is actually the champion.
He gotta be like 80s.
Yeah, he's actually the X division champion. However, the guy from North Carolina that came out of the Hardys was
Everett.
He stole the belt, and now he's just holding on to it. And for some reason, Pritchard and them are backing him. So this past Impact, they had Sanjay dressed up like a different wrestler.
The Mumbai Cat.
To beat him, take his mask off, and they didn't even give him his belt back. They just told him to get the fuck out. But he's the X Division champion. But Tyrus came out there, you know, and Bruce Pritchard was like telling everyone, just get him out of here and stuff. And it's weird.
It's a shit show.
It made no sense to me why they would do that.
Charles, as you watch TNA, answer me this question.
I've been trying to watch TNA.
Okay, answer me this question. Who's in charge? Is it Bruce Pritchard? Is it fucking Dutch Mantel?
Dutch doesn't even really.
Is it fucking Karen Jarrett?
Dutch was actually one of the judges in the Grand Prix. And so was Pritchard. Pritchard runs the show. Pritchard's the one that addresses the wrestlers now. I didn't see Double J there, and I didn't see Karen. Well, no, Karen did a backstage. I always fast forward through her segments. Sorry, guys. I just can't do it. But nonetheless, I'm trying to piecemeal TNA as best I can. You know, I saw Crimson. He's an Army guy now. He's a Marine now.
Well, he was in the military in real life.
Was he? Okay, so then it's legit there.
Yeah.
Okay. and he's doing the military tag team and stuff. But that tag team from LAX, they're holding straps, dude. LAX is really complete right now because they got Conan, they got Homicide, they got the tag team champions, and they also have a dope female wrestler too that really should be getting their female championship.
And she ugly. That's why.
Well, you can't win them all, Chief.
She got like one of them strong ass jaws.
But I mean, you know,
like LA before you got it reconstructed.
Yeah, but LAX, they're cooking over there right now, man. And TNA's giving them free reign to do all that, just how they do things.
You know what's their problem? They don't have the centerpiece. See, if they wanted to do something right, Del Rio should have been in LAX. You know,
it would have been too much of a conflict because they still want this to look like it's all because of Conan. And if you bring Del Rio in, Del Rio's just way far and beyond. You know what I mean? So Conan would actually have to go sit down somewhere.
Well, see, they got to get them a wrestler that was going to be their showpiece to go against Del Rio or El Patron.
Yeah, you would think they're gonna have
because
to get
you got all these.
Signing Low Key ain't gonna get it for you.
No, Low Key ain't no fucking champ.
See, and this is where Hernandez has to be mad at himself. If he would have kept himself up, if he would have actually been doing the right shit, he would have been the man because he was the original LAX. It would have been perfect for him to come and fucking go head up with fucking Del Rio.
But he ended up fucking himself trying to play Lucha Underground versus TNA, and he ended up getting fucked both ways.
Just like that fucking Monopoly card, just fucking empty pockets. You know what I mean? Like, nobody fucks with him now.
Okay, so let's push this shit along. One of the big things of the day, if you cover Wrestleheads, which is growing on Instagram, it's been a big ass thing with Enzo Amore. Like, his whole fucking life been out there where the biggest thing was the stripper, Kiki Beatard. He stiffed her, basically. He was cheap as fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Sat there, he used his shit, bragged, and sat there and said, okay, yeah, I'm Enzo Amore, girl. Basically, you know, trying to do that. You want that superstar fucking treatment.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a star. And this strip club and stuff is in Buffalo, New York, if I'm correct.
Okay.
And, because the WWE...
Nice city, I've been there.
Yeah, I guess the WWE had a show or something like that. And he fucking stiffed her, and then, you know, and she said something about it. Which I have no problem, because if that's her interaction with that guy, she has a right to say something.
She's the number one person that should speak on before
because
everyone else.
Because if you think about it, it's like no different than fan interaction saying, this motherfucker's an asshole, this motherfucker's cool, anything like that. That's the regular fucking business.
Yeah.
Then, so her story got big, and then we covered it in Wrestleheads on the YouTube, well, not the YouTube, they be doing it now on
Instagram.
On Instagram and Facebook. And, you know, I tagged her in it, and then she responded on there. So, she put, if you go back and look, she responded, and then I put another one up and she responded too. And she had the right to defend herself, and that's why I asked her on there, on the page and in the DM, like, hey, is there anything else? She like, her story is her story. And she like, that's the truth. Then there was other people that was there that also said something about it.
Yeah.
You know, that responded to it. Now, she got a lot of negative flag and people talking shit to her and saying all types of stupid shit. I don't have no fucking problem from what she said, because that was her opinion and that was what happened to her. So it is her right to say what happened.
Yeah.
Now, these fans getting on there talking shit to her, like, okay, dude, this guy's a wrestler, and if he sat there trying to pull that I'm a star, basically, because you never know what the fuck he was talking about. You know, she might not went deep into it. You don't know what the fuck he said, because he tried to get her familiar, like, you smoke or anything like that. Enzo smoking, that don't surprise me. You know, and shit, you never know. What else did he want? I'm just saying. You know, you guys see it. This is real life. You know? And he sit there trying to talk that I'm a star bullshit. You know what that shit means.
Yeah.
So, and the people responding to her, that's just fucking stupid, man. Like, you can't be mad at her for what the fuck that dude did. And if you talking about you got all this money, and I make all this money, and that's one of the motherfucking reasons he been bragging so much. It's one of the reasons why Reigns kicked him off that goddamn bus. Like, he's bragging about all this shit, and he hanging with all these stars and doing all this shit. And you know, that's why I said, you gotta realize, they don't talk about this shit. Not only him beating the Undertaker was to put him up, that was the Undertaker saying, here, take care of the fucking locker room.
Yeah.
And now, you got a motherfucking, and you can tell Roman Reigns probably one of the motherfuckers easy to get along with. I don't picture him being a fucking problem. So you know he had to talk a lot of shit, and motherfucker probably sat there and say, "Hey, somebody needs to shut this nigga the fuck up." And they even talked about it on the goddamn Bring It to the Table shit, where that shit fucking came up. Okay.
Who is that? Handle it, Randy. I'll be back.
Anyway.
Fuck is this?
So they fucking
Saving the goddamn show. Fuck you all. We're not buying shit.
So they brought it up and Bring It to the Table. So, with that being as it may, they brought it up and Bring It to the Table. And they sat there, JBL and fucking Corey Graves and Rosenberg, they sat there and talked about it. And they said, you know, Enzo, like, he draws, it basically like what I've been saying the whole fucking time. He puts asses in the seats. People buy the t-shirts. People sit there tune in to watch him. Because he got a personality. There's no doubt about that shit. The motherfucker got the gift, the gab. You know? That's clear as fuck. But I don't know if he's letting his fucking gift of gab and the stardom get to his head. Because that's what it sounds like. And I'm like, if you got Roman Reigns saying, like, motherfucker, get the fuck off the bus, it's a goddamn problem. Like, we know it's a goddamn problem. It is no reason why Enzo Amore should be getting out of turn like that. It's no reason why Enzo Amore going to a strip club. Because, hey, people like to go to strip clubs. I like to go to strip clubs. Young Charles, when he come back, he'll probably tell you he like to go to strip clubs. You know? And I'm like, you know, when you go to a strip club, you going in there to spend money. You're not going in there and just say, hey, fuck it, here's $10. You should be happy that you got that $10. Go on with your day. No, especially if you're taking up somebody's time. Time is money. It's always been like that. And then you got a motherfucker like motherfucker Enzo, who it seemed like his stardom is getting to his head, and now is not only affecting his job, it's affecting the outside world. Because I'm like, dude, I get it. You're a star. You're big time. People know who you are. You can't go nowhere without nobody knowing who the fuck you is. But you have to still be cognizant to the fucking fact that you're a celebrity. You can't be stiffing people. You know? And I know this. A lot of people is not going to agree with my opinion with this shit. They feel like, oh, the girl should be happy that Enzo even talked to her. Like, no. That has nothing to do with it. That girl was at that club doing her job. Enzo was coming in as a patron. Like, hey, you want to fucking go to the club. You want somebody to spend time with you. It costs money. And I'm sorry. You know, you sitting there holding somebody up. It's no reason why you sitting there giving them motherfucking $10 and like, hey, that's it. But you talking big shit like, hey, I got cash. I got big money. It's no reason for that. So Enzo with all that shit, and I mean they took a what's that on Raw? I think Corey Graves took a wise crack at that shit. It's like Enzo got to get his shit together, because I think the one saving grace that's saving him for having a job is he sells so much shit. They have to sit there. It's like, okay, we gotta overlook this shit. Okay, we gotta sit here. We can't fucking come down on them too hard. You know, you got Roman Reigns kicking him off the fucking bus when it was, I think it was Japan. He sat there, kicked him off the fucking bus and shit. It's like, Enzo, you gotta get your shit together, man. Like, dude, you at a fucking time where you are making money. Dude, you at a time where you're sitting here, everything's at your feet. And you can't act stupid and end up fucking it all up. You know? Because I'm sorry, you're not gonna make no money like this going to fucking TNA. Now, you probably make money on the independent, but it's not gonna be like that lifestyle that you're living right now, where you living out in Hollywood, when you sitting here hanging with the stars and shit. Because of shit, after you leave the WWE, motherfuckers don't fucking care. You don't be seeing TNA motherfuckers out like there, like, oh, I'm hanging with stars, or motherfuckers from Ring of Honor or anything like that. Unless it's a star that likes wrestling, that knows the motherfucker. So, I guess what you basically say in fucking retrospect of the whole fucking thing, motherfucking Enzo have to sit there and get his shit together. Like, dude. And then the sad thing is, you got Enzo who has a problem with his being famous and shit. And then you got fucking Big Cass who it sound like in the locker room where they mad at him because he supports the president. Now, I mean, you got two wrestlers to tell the two cities. You got Big Cass who's getting a push right now and support the president, which the owner of the company supports the president. And then the owner of the company, one of the owners, Linda McMahon, she might be a minority owner, or, they probably got it all hidden because now she worked for the Trump administration. So, you got support on one hand, and then you got somebody like Enzo, where motherfuckers gonna take swipes at him all the fucking time. And he gotta get in his head, like, he gotta calm the fuck down, keep his head low, go in there, do your job, you do the whole Enzo shtick, you fucking, and then when you get the fuck out of there, don't talk shit. Don't stiff people. You sit there, you do right by people, and people will do right by you. So, oh man, whew, that was a lot of talking. So I guess we can get into some news and notes when Chuck decided to come back from the mysterious motherfucking shit. He could sit here and throw his fucking 2 cents. In a recent shoot interview, former Vault villain Simon Gotch discussed his infamous altercation with Sin Cara. Apparently, the two had a friendly relationship where they poked fun at each other. However, Gotch said he took things a little too far. Gotch says that Bray Wyatt warned him and said, "Don't fuck with George."
Stay out. Sorry, we get people wanting to break in. I have to go lay some motherfuckers out real quick.
When he suddenly was hit with a Diet Coke can, which stunned him. Then he looked up to see Sin Cara walk towards him. And the two fought and wrestled, and each other was fine for the incident, and Gotch claimed that he doesn't believe that he should have been fined. I guess because they took care of it in the back, but shit, if you seen that picture of Gotch, Sin Cara whooped his ass. Like, you can tell, because he had a fucking shiner. And they made, I forgot, it was something where all the people was out there, and they made him go out there, and you just seen that shit like this. He is out there with that, and you're like, damn. So, I was just talking about the Simon Gotch, and I just finished to start this with the whole Enzo fucking up, Enzo strip club, Enzo getting kicked off the bus, Enzo getting too much of the lifestyle.
Basically, there's been a lot of stories about him catching heat really bad.
Yeah, and on that show, they talked about it. After fucking Raw, what's that? Bring It to the Table. JBL and fucking that announcer. Goddamn, I just said
Tony Schiavone.
Not Tony Schiavone.
Well, because Tony Schiavone's going to be on JR's show. I didn't know if it was that one or not.
No, this is the WWE one. Bring It to the Table. You talk about JR? That's his own podcast. God damn it.
I want to see that too.
Corey Graves. There it goes. Jesus
Christ.
Okay. And they was just sitting there and they was making jokes about it. I'm like, well, saving Enzo right now because he probably would have been fired, but he makes so much money for him, and it's like they're not gonna turn down that money. Like that's his saving grace.
It depends if it gets to be too bad though, and I don't think it will. I think he'll be okay.
Shit.
Things will run its course. I just say that we went to a strip club last night, and it's like, when you go to a strip club and stuff, you have to acknowledge that the ladies that are dancing there, they're in there trying to make money. So like, if she's doing a good job and she's putting forth this effort, you already know in your mind you're going to a strip club, you're going to have to put some money down. You're going to have to,
Who goes to the strip club and think they're not going to spend no money?
That's what I'm saying. You're going to have to tip them for their work, man. They're trying to make a living like everybody else. So I don't know. I don't really know the story all that well and stuff, but if Enzo did do that, you can't be doing that, man.
It's not only that. And then he gave her $10, but you talking about you got all this money.
Yeah.
Like, hell, we was at the club last night. Seen the dude look like goddamn Pablo Escobar. I know he put a couple of them fucking females through college and paid when they rent. And then the redhead chick that was up in there, I think he goddamn paid her goddamn college fucking tuition. Like that much fucking money. Like you would figure he was Enzo Amore in a fucking strip club. He was like how he was spending money. And you got somebody like Enzo like, oh, I got all this money, but here's $10.
I don't know, man. That's a tough deal right there, but
so
go ahead and roll through it.
So go ahead. I know you have something to say.
About what?
You said you were gonna talk about it like there's a subject about wrestling.
Oh no, I was talking about Enzo. I had already got it out about them being in the main event and stuff. Yeah. You know, I just didn't see the point in that, man. Storyline's already gone to hell.
Yeah.
Then they add the Big Show to it. Why does he have to get dragged through this shit?
Because it's towards the end. It was fucking shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh yeah. I say this for my kitchen, bitch. That shit gets on my goddamn nerves, I swear. You know, fucking former Tortillas cast member Mandy Rose. My God, that girl has a body of her. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Let me show you. This is her.
Oh, okay. She was on Total Divas?
She got cakes, but
oh, okay. So what's wrong with her?
You have to get the little background first. I think they're gonna she's gonna be in NXT full time. So
okay.
That's why I said they so backed up down there. It's like and Enzo, and we forgot about the Enzo. He with that chick Liv Morgan down in NXT. Yeah, that probably would kind of affect if you trying to cozy up on a stripper, real cozy.
Not really. That's probably why he didn't spend no money. I don't know.
You can't save his ass.
I know we gotta wrap this show up though, cause I don't know if those thugs are gonna come back. I might need a hand this time.
Shit, I was gonna say see Ray Donovan, but hey.
Well, you know, I don't really have a kitchen bitch this week. I just think we're moving right along.
Oh yeah, Japanese wrestler Yoshiri Tamayama. He got paralyzed.
Takayama.
Is it Takayama?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, like
he's a former All Japan heavyweight champion, one time IWGP champion.
It appears that he was trying to hit a sunset flip or something.
He's 50, so it's like one of the things. See, it comes to the point where when you should stop wrestling. Like I know over there they still wrestle like in their 40s.
They do, but
even
it's such a tough style of wrestling. But that was basic. That was a sunset flip. That's something to be done anyway.
No, what I'm saying is, at his age, sometimes you have to think about his age. Him being 50 years old, you're not as quick as you was in your 20s, or you're still quick like in your 30s, and even like you might have lost a half a step in your 40s.
Yeah.
But when you 50, out there still trying to do that shit, like, stop. You already got the career. The Hall of Fame shit's locked down. Like,
yeah.
I get it. Unless you got fucking bad payments, and I'm like, if you over there, your shit shouldn't be that bad. Like,
yeah.
That shit, you only get what, 2-point kids over there? So it's like
no, that's China you're talking about. China's the 2 children max. I don't think there's a max in Japan.
Oh, okay. I was gonna sit there and say like shit, you shouldn't be having no child support problems. So shit where you gotta just keep fucking working.
Sometimes people just love what they do, man, and they just can't stop doing it, you know.
But shit, if you
condolences to him, you know, try to recover, caught that draws.
You got Mojo Riley ripping Baron Corbin's mic skills.
Well, I understand where Mojo's coming from. Mojo's just trying to get out there.
But
no, I'm just saying he's just trying to get out there. I don't know why he's talking about Baron Corbin, but if he's doing it to try to start something, maybe to get a ball rolling somewhere or something. I thought he was in the middle of a storyline with Zack Ryder, and I thought they were going to turn on each other or something.
I'm sorry, nobody cares about Mojo Riley.
Okay.
It's just like the only reason he got that fucking shit at WrestleMania is because of Gronk. Because he's best friends with Brawn. That's it. That's all. Because the WWE like, oh man, we can give it to you, and you can get Gronk there, and you can get him to get physical, where we can be on ESPN, getting replayed. Hell yeah, we had an Andre the Giant. Fuck it, you horn Andre the Giant's good name.
Hey, ultimately, that should help get Mahal the championship. So.
And yeah, and poor Mahal, Had to take the fucking bump.
Hey, it is what it is. He got the belt, bro. So, hey, I remember seeing it. I remember when we talked about it, and I was pissed. I was like, why does he have to go through that? But then he turned around and got that belt. I'm like, hey, it was all worth it now.
Shit. And Brandy Rose quit Global Force. Basically, she got a better job because we know she's such good fans of us, especially on Instagram. And that's all being sarcastic.
Well, good for her. You know, I mean, I remember
She came on there trying to check us.
Well, I remember us talking about it on this show, and I was like, "You're not a wrestler, like, not even close to being a wrestler."
But
you were great as an announcer.
But they tried to TNA tried to do that fucking 10% shit. I'm like, this is what kills me. You can't pay them enough so they can support themselves.
To just work there exclusively.
Exactly. You want money from they earning from somewhere else because you can't pay it, and they want 10% of your shit.
That's ridiculous.
They sound like a pimp.
Yeah.
But if you go over here and work for this other hoe, I want 10% of that motherfucking money, bitch.
That's ridiculous. It really is.
And you see, this shit wasn't just bullshit we brought up. This is real shit where they're asking people for 10 fucking %.
Yeah.
And then what killed me with the Hardys, they asked for half of their shit. They wanted half of Jeff Art. What the fuck has Art got to do with wrestling? They wanted half this shit from his music. What do his music got to do with wrestling? I'm like, you motherfuckers out of control. They was big time before they even came to TNA. You didn't make them. And that's why they doing this woken shit. Matt, I see what you're doing. I see what the fuck you're doing. Instead of that broken, woken, it's a flip of words.
I told you they were going to find a way around it.
Yeah.
I said either, if they're not going to use broken, they could have used damaged.
And the thing about it is, Matt Hardy filed for the patent first, and then TNA just tried to file for the patent like a couple weeks ago. Like, you fucking morons, he been filed for it. What you thought was going to happen? You thought y'all was going to get it after he filed for it first? Jeff Jarrett's a goddamn disgrace.
It ain't
I mean, I already spent the last show on here bashing Jeff Jarrett, and I mean, we all know who fucking old Double J using Karen's fucking fucking Kurt Angle money to fucking try to keep himself fucking afloat. That motherfucker has been nothing but a fucking failure. He was a failure as a wrestler. I mean, he made himself the king of his own fucking mountain. Then you had motherfucking
I told you about that shit.
Vince Russo, you fucking limey son of a bitch. You created this whole fucking Jeff Jarrett mess. If you would have never gave him that belt over in WCW, he would have never had the clout where he could sit there and say, like, I'm the best in the business. Because you would never go back and say, oh shit, well, Jeff Jarrett was a WCW world champion.
Yeah.
Anyway. But that's not even my goddamn kitchen, bitch. I'm trying to think. It's other shit that happened during the fucking week. It's been a long ass fucking week. You know, that Enzo shit was pretty goddamn big. I mean, shit. Who else? Let's see. What else?
You know, they're talking about Finn Balor bringing the Demon Persona back for Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam.
It should. Because you got Bray Wyatt, who's pretty much the new supernatural kind of motherfucker.
Yeah.
The resident on there. Because since The Undertaker didn't call it a career, you know.
I say it's okay, but I kind of don't like it. It was my understanding back from the NXT days that the Demon only came out for championship matches. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this is a big match for him.
No, it's huge.
It is.
It's the big party of the summer. I get it. But Demon's only supposed to come out during the championship match. But people haven't seen the Demon in about a year, right?
Yeah, it's been since fucking Seth Rollins.
So that
he won the belt the last year's SummerSlam.
So that I can understand.
Okay, so with the Fatal 4-Way, they've been trying to keep tight-lipped about the results. They ain't even told the wrestlers. Like, that's how you know something big's gonna happen.
They probably haven't even decided yet, man.
If they're gonna be tight-lipped, I don't think Lesnar walking out of there with it. Because it wouldn't be no reason to keep that a secret.
Here's the only thing with Brock Lesnar, man, that you got to pay attention to, right? Lesnar kind of put this own label on this match. If I lose, I'm leaving WWE. but he's still scheduled to wrestle.
He's still in the contract.
So.
And he wouldn't be eligible to go against John Jones for another, 5 months?
That fight ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. For that fight to happen, McMahon would be in on that. He would have to get a piece.
He is. And then
what if John Jones fucks Lesnar up, and now Lesnar's scheduled to appear, and he can't make the appearance.
But you know what that shit is? It's just like that Rey Mysterio shit. When Rey Mysterio was on that contract, it seemed like he was on a 3-year deal. It ended up turning into a 5-year deal because you have to fulfill that time.
Yeah.
And when you get injured, it pauses. You still getting paid your royalties from your T-shirts and shit like that, but the contract time, it pauses because you're not there to fulfill it.
Right.
And it'd probably be the same thing like that, because that match is too much money. And I think you gotta remember, because Dana still owed the WWE one for letting Lesnar work that other one, and I think that's gonna be the fucking. We've been hearing about the Becky Lynch and the Cyborg. I think that's gonna be the one from that one. Because honestly, I think Ronda Rousey's gonna just walk out the door. Like, she's gonna walk and go to the WWE.
I think Cyborg, man, she's still a beast.
Yeah, she beat that girl's ass.
But is she in the same weight class as homegirl to beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey?
No, I think they got two different. Because she got a belt now, and that girl got a belt. It's two different classes.
Okay. Because I would love to see them go at it.
I think she'll whoop her ass too.
Man.
I knew Cyborg's for real when back in Strike Force.
Yeah.
When she beat Gina Carano fine ass from an inch of her life.
Yeah, Cyborg.
I ain't never seen a woman get her ass whooped.
Cyborg has always been legit, dude. That's why Ronda was supposed to keep winning.
It was like a dope.
So we can get that Ronda Cyborg.
It was like an adult versus a child. That fight. You had a pretty Gina Carano going in there against Cyborg. Cyborg just dismounted her, destroyed her, beat her. You wouldn't got you a white towel and you were watching the TV and you was ready.
Throw in the towel!
Throw it in, Nick! Like, it was sad. That was real shit. But with that being said, and one more thing. Congrats to AJ Styles yesterday. 17 years married to his wife. That's beautiful. 4 kids. You don't see that too much. Where a motherfucker like somebody of his star. And then it's a story with AJ Styles where I don't know if to believe it, but it seemed like it was a story where WWE offered him $60,000 like a couple years ago to come down to NXT.
60,000.
60,000.
I don't know. That can't be.
Yeah. A lot of people saying that shit's true. Now, I think he make $2.4 million for the WWE. So I think young AJ did the right thing.
Yeah.
Congrats to AJ for holding out and believing in yourself, because basically that's what he did. So, oh yeah, and they ended on the Wrestleheads. Did you know? A list of the 14 times Cena lost clean in the last 10 years.
I read that. Wrestleheads on Facebook.
Yeah.
It really was only like 14.
Shawn Michaels, Raw 2007. Great Khali, Saturday Night Main Event 2007. Triple H, Night of Champions 2008. Batista, SummerSlam 2008. I remember that shit. That's when John Cena tried to come off and Batista caught him and gave him that Batista bomb.
Yeah.
He tried to come off the rope. Beautiful move. Big Show, Raw 2009. Triple H, Raw 2009. Rock, WrestleMania 2012. Daniel Bryan, SummerSlam 2013. Then you remember after he won, that's when Orton cashed in the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Because Daniel Bryan won the heavyweight title from John Cena.
Yep.
And then they got fucking switched on. Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2014.
That was when he set the record for suplexes.
He damn near killed Cena.
Yeah.
That was a fucking massacre. And then you got fucking Kevin Owens, Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Alberto Del Rio, Hell in a Cell, when we was at.
We were there live for that one.
Yeah. AJ Styles, SummerSlam last year. Dean Ambrose, SmackDown last year. And Nakamura last week.
Yep.
So.
Not very many losses.
See, most thing I know, you're a CM Punk fan out there. I would have said Money in the Bank. But they don't consider that clean because Johnny Ace, they felt like Johnny Ace distracted. So they didn't qualify that as a clean win. So, or the SummerSlam one either. They didn't qualify that one. Even though to me, if nobody fucking physically put your hand, to me that's no interference to me. But hey. It is what the fuck it is.
Yeah, because he beat him clean at Money in the Bank 2011.
Yeah. So, with that being said, and then you got Cody Rhodes talking about he makes 3 times the money than he did in the WWE on the independents.
That's so weird to believe. I just don't remember the independents paying that much.
No. Things change, man. People, a lot of it got to do with merch. It got to do with.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the companies having the money to pay these wrestlers.
No, what I'm saying is they getting bigger draws because they starting to get like these old people. It's like a mix, and people coming to this independent wrestling is thriving. It's like it's at its high, one of its highest points right now. You know, and don't you think independent wrestling is there? And it makes you think like how TNA been doing so goddamn bad. Like they fucked up. They wasn't on the road.
Yeah.
And they tried to placate, and that's what killed they fucking shit. If they would have been on the road like any normal company, I think TNA would have never went down. Dixie still owned it, and we wouldn't have to deal with old fucking white fucking Double J. That fucking son of a bitch. But anyway, so I use that shit to segue. You said you don't got a kitchen.
I don't have one this week.
But I do. I almost didn't have one until last night. You sitting there looking on Facebook, you know, the internet. Then you got Mick Foley, right? Mick Foley go appear at an independent shit, come in the ring with Joey Ryan. Mick Foley.
That's the one where he grabbed his dick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mick Foley takes Socko out. He's trying to Socko fucking Joey Ryan's cock. Joey Ryan's cock is so powerful, it flipped Mick Foley with a fucking reconstructed hip over. So,
this is definitely not one of the greatest moments of this show. It did what?
It flipped him over. He took it perfectly. Just so you have some background, you have to see it for yourself.
I mean, like I didn't tap on it because I just didn't want to be involved with that.
You have to see it for yourself. That's the only way. That's the only way you can fucking take it all in.
It's ridiculous shit like that. That's why Joey Ryan's never made. He's not gonna make it to the WWE. What can anybody do with that shit? That persona is so fucking disgusting.
And
like,
it's
disgusting.
over. And I'm like, I don't understand it.
People like it. They do. I'm not one of those people.
I agree. I'm like, I don't get it. Where it's the power of his dick.
I just don't even know where that's even cool at. That's just... So like, Foley's really... like, Mick Foley's a Hall of Famer, right? What's he doing? Why did Mick Foley do that?
See, you had to see it. So you know.
So we would call it a dick toss?
Oh my God. Oh.
Why would you do that, man?
Oh my God, shit. So, as we just seen, and you probably seen it on the internet, I'll put it up from Wrestleheads.
Where do you even go from there, bro? I want to leave. I don't even want to fucking be involved with that shit. That's just...
You have a WWE Hall of Famer grabbing Joey Ryan's cock. And not only, did you see that? It flipped like 3 or 4 fucking 5 other fucking people. They all were fucking flipping. And then eventually, Mick, granted his old 50-year-old ass, can still take a fucking flip bump. And I'm like, did you just cry about getting your hip done? You just got your hip fucking done, what, some months back?
Only Mick Foley would do that. You couldn't ask anybody else that's self-respecting to do that. And Mick Foley only did it because he probably saw the comic relief in it. But, fuck, dude. I don't ever want to see that shit ever again. That is not wrestling. That is ridiculous, man. Grabbing his dick. Sacco has put down motherfuckers in real big pay-per-views, man.
Been down people's throats.
And that's been really ridiculous with that. And this whole thing started with him fucking comforting Vince McMahon in the hospital bed, which was awesome.
That's when he went face.
Yeah, and it's just...
I can take it from here, nurse, and that's when Stone Cold... Ah!
Beating his ass with that bedpan and shit.
Ding! I'm still stuck where he grabbed this dude's cock.
We gotta end the show, bro.
I know. That's why I picked this shit. He grabbed this dude's cock, right? And he got flipped from his cock. So you seeing this man has the most powerful cock in the world. And his wife, that independent wrestler, he should be killing her ass.
That shit's disgusting, bro.
I just don't get it. Like, how is that over? So when he's not being a goddamn Miami Vice cop on fucking Lucha Underground,
That's awful too.
he's using his
I
goddamn.
think he like shot a gun on Lucha Underground.
Your boy, what's his name? The other one?
Fucking
Ricky Reyes.
Ricky Romero.
Oh,
Ricky Reyes.
Yeah, either or. He got fucking reprimanded on fucking Lucha Underground by captain. But making a long story short, man, it's sad. It's like I can't even come out with the full venom like I usually will need.
Cause
I'm like, he got flipped by a cock.
I'm willing to bet.
And I'm not talking about a fucking rooster.
I'm willing to bet that Mick Foley may not be mentally stable. CTE. I mean, something had to be wrong. I mean, all them bumps in the past. For him,
Getting thrown off that Hell in a Cell.
Even in the Attitude Era, he didn't grab another man's dick. Like,
well, you know they count that as maybe the Ric Flair hitting you in the
bro, he grabbed his dick and held his dick for at least fucking 5 minutes right there. I'll never in my life do no shit like that. I don't give a fuck how great of a comic relief or anything. That's too far for me.
Poor Sacco. All the kids that bought Sacco, now it's just a dick holder. It's like a regular fucking sock.
I'm done. That was it. That was the last fucking straw right there. You said that shit's a dick holder.
Hey, that's what it is.
And all the kids who fucking came out with Sacco.
Well,
God, man. This guy was just the fucking general manager of Raw. He was just making matches. And now he's jerking Joey Ryan off. What the fuck are we doing over here?
God damn.
What the fuck's going on in this world?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm old-fashioned in some areas. That's one of them. You don't grab another man's dick in the ring.
This great Wrestleheads episode.
We're going to have another one, man. We're getting ready for SummerSlam, but that was fucking ridiculous. I'm done.
You know, y'all have a great night. You know, check us out. YouTube, motherfucking Instagram, motherfucking Facebook. The Instagram is blowing up over 5,000. And famous motherfuckers be going on there. You got to catch it. Brandy Rose talk shit to us. You know, the stripper that was involved with the fucking Enzo shit come up there. Cyborg been on there. I mean, you got to check it out. Catch you next time. Next show should be SummerSlam?
Soon, yeah.
I'm figuring SummerSlam.
No more holding dicks.
Outro.